I mean, yeah.
Yeah. It's not even the first. Podcast was recorded in here.
Ratib's podcast.
Ratib's podcast recorded in my room. I wasn't even there for it.
But like you were in there because like it was your room.
My spirit was there.
Your spirit was there.
Yeah. Feels good.
I'm recording.
All right.
Welcome to 10 Cent Podcast. I'm your boy Amer. And here's with me one of my friends, one of my roommates, and good friend of mine. And he also does music for the podcast. We'll talk about that later. What's your name?
My name's Hamudi. Officially, my name's Mohammed, but everyone calls me Hamudi.
You make the music for the podcast, right?
I do. Not on my own, though.
Yes. So it's your band.
Yeah.
And like your creative mind.
Yeah.
Because you're a
musician.
A musician.
We like to say that.
And like you're also a UCSD student.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to do
things.
Like
what am I trying to do in school?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I mean, we're just out here, public health major, business minor, health administration. Super interesting stuff,
You know what's crazy? Like everybody on the podcast, except for like everyone that I brought up, except for Khalid, because Khalid is going to school. After the podcast I recorded, like in an expansion of 2 weeks, they got a job.
Ooh.
So last person we had was Musab, that got a job, and now we got Ratib.
Oh, snap.
They got a job. So I'm just saying, I mean, you're graduating in like the end of this year.
I still got like 8 months, but if I get a job in the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna call you up. I'll give you commission. I'll give you 10% of whatever I get paid.
Okay. I should charge Ratib and Musab, honestly.
The finder's fee, bro. Headhunting.
I mean, hey, why not?
You're giving them the exposure, Exactly. Obviously, they heard the 10 Cents podcast and they're like, "Yo, this guy right here, we want him part of our team to do some."
So Hamudi, I guess you're a supporter of the arts.
I am the supporter of the arts.
I mean, Hamudi, like in every time like I talk to him about like, oh, my podcast, about my graphics, my designs, and all that stuff, he's like, I'm a supporter of the arts. I'm like, okay, man. I'm like, let me get a hat. I'm like, why? I'm a supporter of the arts. I'm like, all right, dude. Like,
well, yeah, because I'm supporting the arts, bro. Listen, you gotta have something to do. You gotta find a way to express yourself. You know what I mean? So you gotta find a way to express yourself. So if you come up to me and you're like, yeah, man, I'm trying to do a podcast or I'm trying to do whatever, if it makes you feel good, if it's some way, it's like a creative medium. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Strong words. But like, you know what I mean? Do what makes you happy.
Hey, respect.
I remember when you first started this podcast, you're like, man, should I do it? Should I not do it? And thinking about it. This looks like it could be fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, you got to do it. Because that's what's up.
That happened like at Phil's Coffee. Like,
yeah, we had like a whole... we were like... We skated there.
Yeah, we skated to...
we skated to Phil's and then we're like, hey, this is going to be real quick. We'll go, let's get this coffee and then leave. We ended up skating there, sitting there for like an hour and a half. Yeah, talking about life. It was a good time, honestly.
Good time. So Hamudi, where are you from?
I'm from the Bay. Originally, I'm Lebanese. Trablus, represent.
Yes.
But I'm also from the Bay.
Okay.
Which is kind of a change of pace.
What do you mean by change of pace? Like,
because everyone out here is from SoCal. I mean, Ratib doesn't count because he's in Syria, NorCal, whatever.
And Musab's LA.
Musab is the definition of LA.
Kazzaz is OC.
And you're just out here, CYP. So we're out here representing San Jose. I'm actually wearing I was wearing my San Jose hat just now.
Okay, I'm sorry, but like...
I got the pride.
What does the Bay have over SoCal? Like, I'm no offense.
Okay, let me tell you my honest opinion on the Bay versus SoCal.
Okay.
I think that it's all the same. There is pretty much no difference.
So you're not debating?
No. The thing is, it's all California, right? Wherever you go, you're going to find certain people and there's like certain types of things that you'll find in these different places. Obviously, there's going to be like small differences. Like, oh, okay, you're in the Bay. You're not going to go to the beach,
Okay.
Or something like that,
Okay.
But like wherever you go, you're just going to find certain groups of people that do the same thing. It's just like surrounding different subjects. You'll find people say, oh, in LA, people are stuck up and this and that happens. The same thing you'll find in the Bay. And growing up there, it's honestly the same. The streets are the same. You go, you walk around. Like the people are kind of the same. Like at the end of the day,
I know,
it's still California.
I mean, yes, I respect that.
What I mean?
I see what you're saying. Damn, you really just shut this entire debate down. I mean, I was like...
Because people are always trying to fight what's better and what's worse. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's what you make of it. It's yourself.
Yo, Hamudi, like, this podcast about to turn hella, like, well, by the way, I said hella. Like,
motivational, bro.
Yeah, like...
Hella. You see? And also...
Oh, by the way, you're a bootleg SoCal kid, though.
I am a bootleg SoCal kid. Yeah.
I talked to Hamudi, but like, oh, yeah, do you know what FJC is? Like, oh, Fulton Junior College? I'm like, wait...
Don't worry about it. You know, I know what's going on.
We talk about like drip coffee, and he's like, "Oh yeah." I'm like,
But yeah, you know, let's just be out to the shops real
and,
quick.
and you're also like an Inland Empire kid.
Yeah, I'm like probably the only person that's not from the 909 that'll low key claim the 909.
Like he even knows, like I didn't even know like 909 was like the Inland Empire. Like I'm be honest, man.
I mean, you know, I got pride. Well, first of all, it's a mix of things. I mean, I got a lot of family in SoCal, so
Okay.
my whole life, even before I moved to San Diego, I'd like come here every year. Actually, I got one of those things on Facebook like a few weeks ago, on this day.
Oh, okay.
And in like 2011, I was visiting my uncle here, and I was like, "Oh, San Diego's my favorite city. I'm gonna come live here one day."
Oh
And I
wow.
was just like, "Oh,
Damn, that's crazy.
I'm living here now."
Damn.
Wow, look at the way life works.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I got mad family like in the IE and OC, some in LA, some
Oh,
in like wherever.
Okay. Hamudi, when you say my family, explain your last name to us, because
Yeah.
Hamudi, what's your last name before?
My last name is Alayleh. So if you don't speak Arabic, it literally means the family. Like not even in like translation, or it just literally means the family. So like
like
it's-
if
it's
anybody's
big.
like, hey, so what's your name? You're like Mohammed Alayleh. You're like, okay, but like,
yeah. They come up to me. So in Arabic, people don't say last name. They say, "What's your family name?" So I've had this problem pretty much everywhere that I go, where they're like, "Hey, what's your last name?" But in Arabic, it'd be like, "What's your family name?" And I'll be like, "It's the family." And they're like, "No. Like, what is your, like, what's your last name?" And I'm basically like, "My last name is last name." They're like, "No. Like, what is it?" And I'm just like, "No. We go back and forth. This happens at every single airport in a Middle Eastern country. I've had to whip out my passport so many times.
just to
I've
prove that
gotten
your
into
last
so
name
many
is
arguments. Yeah, like I swear to God, man, my last name is last name. Just let me live my life. They don't let me live my life though. I have to whip out the ID all the time.
Damn,
Yeah,
respect.
it'd be like that. But you know, I said
Respect.
that.
And then
So-
I mean, Hamudi, and you've done like a bunch of random things. Hamudi, number one, Hamudi he shops at Amazon, and like he shops the most randomest things.
Hey
ever.
man, okay, it's been I've cooled down on.
Yeah, like every time, like I think there's a time where like every time a package comes in, I'm like, oh, it's probably Hamudi. It's probably
Yeah, it'll
Hamudi,
be
it's
like
probably
some small
Hamudi's.
thing. Listen, I got like all these instruments right here for fun. You got toys, bro. You gotta have toys, you know. Like I'll see something on Amazon. It'll be like a couple dollars. It'll be like a flute or something. I'm just like, bro, I can have this flute. I can make music with it. I don't know what I can do with it. So I'll buy it for a couple dollars. I'll play with it for like a day, and then it'll sit in some corner.
For like days,
Years. Yeah,
years.
forever. But yeah, low key, if you open my closet and like look in the corner, things are just like stacked up to like the ceiling.
Damn.
We don't talk about that though. I didn't just say that out loud, so don't worry about it.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, you know, you gotta shop. There was definitely a time though last year when, or 2 years ago now. Dang, how the time flies.
Yeah,
Just take a moment. Bro.
it's all good, man. You
All right.
graduated.
So like, yeah, damn, finally. But like, yeah, I used to just like order things
Mm-hmm.
and I would just get them. And so a lot of times I would return them just because I don't know why I bought this, but that just means I'd return it and then buy another thing. And then I would just like have like this constant rotation of random things coming in and out of the apartment. And I also didn't have like room in that apartment.
Okay.
Like my room was just my bed and then like other people's stuff.
I mean,
like,
classic,
'cause it was,
college
you know,
students.
triple,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
how it is. So basically my storage space was like the side of the living room.
Okay.
So like they used to just call it Hamude's Ace Hardware because I would just have like a bunch of boxes like sitting in the corner of the living room. It was a mess. Yeah, it was a mess. Everyone pretty much hated me for it.
Damn.
But you know,
Yeah.
you got to do what you got to do with your
respect.
Amazon packages.
Respect. Anyways, and then you play the drums,
I play the drums.
and then you also play bass.
I also play bass. I also play ukulele. I
And
also play traditional drums like tablas and like percussion and stuff. I want to say my main instrument is the drums though and the percussion. I've been playing bass. I've been playing more. You know, actually, I've had my bass for like years on years.
Okay.
But until last year, I just started leaving it in the living room out,
Okay.
and I would just start playing it. And then like probably in the last year, I've actually started playing it.
No, respect.
Yeah.
And then you played the drebeke, but like,
Yeah.
do you debke though?
I don't depke. See, my secret every time there's like an Arab party or something like that.
Okay.
I just like, you know, everyone be dancing, and I'm just like, you know, give me this tabla. Let me just hide behind it right quick. I'm good at this. I'm not good at that. You know, I can hold it down right
You
here.
know what's crazy? It's like everyone's like, hey, I'm hella Arab, blah 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 blah. When it comes to like debkes, whatever, bro, it's like
That stuff is hard.
that's where like you know the people that like either debke or not. But the thing is like it's I don't want to. I mean, me speaking as a Syrian, I'm not saying like whatever, but like it's mainly a Palestinian thing, and there's like also different versions for
Yeah.
like the debkes, like the Lebanese, the
The
Syrian.
Palestinians take their depke super seriously.
But they take it way
yeah,
too
they
serious.
take it way more seriously.
But the thing is, I'm super surprised when I come up to someone. I'm like, "Hey, you're Palestinian." Like, but like for example, Kazzaz doesn't know how to debke. Like,
Mhm.
like he's fake. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Just like
No, that's what I'm
What are you
saying. So
doing,
it's
bro?
like
What are you
it's
doing?
like it's like how you gonna
Kazzaz.
claim that you're like hella Palestinian or whatever and just not.
You got to be in touch with your roots.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah. Respect.
Yeah. Just want a quick shout out to my parents
Oh yeah.
because they allowed me to cultivate my musical abilities.
That's hey, salute, man.
Because, you know, you don't get to do anything without practice.
Mm-hmm.
This is turning out to be super motivational. I don't know what's going on with me.
Listen, hey, 10 Step Podcast. It's a 10 Step Podcast. Just literally just like just have a casual conversation and just like
you know how
it is what it is, man.
Yeah. No, I'm lucky. I came from a family of like super musical
Mm-hmm.
people. My mom is probably the best piano player I've like seen in my entire life.
Damn, respect.
My tabla, my drumbaki, it was my dad's, and before that it was my grandpa's.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then like a bunch of my aunts like sing, and my cousins play guitar. Shout out Amer and Mustafa. Hey,
Oh yeah.
I've seen
Every
them.
time they come into
Yeah, every time it's pretty like, man, just like the gang of Alayleh. We just pull up, you'll just see us like with our boxes of instruments, like
Yeah.
guitars and stuff, making hella noise. Yeah.
No, but it's super cool. It's super cool, like especially to see like I don't know if you noticed, like there's like this new trend happening now with like Arab music trying to like become more like indie or like westernized, but not
Yeah.
too westernized. If that makes sense. Like they having their own twist to it. Like you have like Shukun, you have Alayleh, you have there's like a bunch of other like musical like.
It's
people.
pretty cool, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, seeing like the directions that it's been going in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like it's a hella dope. And then there's like actually, what's your like top 5 artists?
My top 5 artists, dude, that's a deep question. You should ask me this like last week. I would have had to sit here, think about it, like draw up lists.
That's true. But if I were to like, if someone's like telling you like, hey, you have one artist to listen to,
one artist to listen to. Can we take
I could pause.
take a break for our sponsors?
You know what? We'll take a break for our sponsors. You know, and then after that we'll just like come back with that answer because Hamudi has a lot to talk about it then. Yalla, bye.
Yeah.
All right, now we're back from the sponsor. Hamudi, as you've been listening to our podcast, you know we've been getting sponsors throughout, or we've been waiting for a sponsor throughout. I want to say so. Back to the question, it was like top artist, whatever. But like, what artist do you recommend? Like, you know, you're like,
what
oh my
artist
God,
do I recommend?
Yeah, like you love this artist, like you should definitely check it out.
Honestly, what I'm gonna say, that's a very, very hard question to answer. So I'm gonna just give it like an objective. Like which artists have I been listening to for a very long time? Who do I think have put out like consistently good music throughout the years? Honestly, I want to say like the Chili Peppers.
Okay.
They go hard.
That's
true.
true.
Their music has been good since like the 80s. It's still good today.
Mm-hmm.
The music that they make today is still good.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, a lot of artists, they should stop.
Yeah.
They're just like, you know, when like you drop a few good albums and it's like, wow, this has been fire. And then like at some point they just kind of get old.
Yeah.
And they're just still dropping music.
Like
and it's
Kanye
like, dude,
West.
Yeah, exactly. That's like an example. That's like classic example.
That's a
right
classic
there.
example. Yeah.
This
like,
dude,
mm-hmm.
man, I
like
love
he
Kanye.
needs to stop. Like
I love Kanye. He has like some fire music, but
Yeah.
like his last couple albums have just been like, dude, what are you doing, man?
Like there's no need. There's no need for him to make any more music. Like
exactly. Either that or just like figure out, you know, you got some stuff going on.
Yeah, take
brother.
your time. I feel like he's like
You know?
mainly been like, oh, let me just drop another album. Like,
Yeah.
There's no need. There's
You know?
really no need.
I honestly feel like at this point people just like are more of a fan of him than they are of his music.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, you know, I like Kanye, but I don't really feel like listening to a pastor talk. Like it's not that deep.
Yeah.
Like go get a shirt with a collar, bro. It's not.
Kanye pulled up to the masjid or something.
Yeah,
like
exactly, bro. He's full pulling up to church. He did church at like Coachella.
Yeah.
You don't go to Coachella to be religious. That's how it works.
We're out here calling out all the people that go to Coachella and not religious. Okay, man. Relax, man.
Never mind.
Hey, man. Okay.
Yeah.
And then so who else?
What else? Honestly, I mean, as basic as it sounds, I mean, I really like Kendrick. Kendrick goes hard. You know, I think that he has like a lot of versatility.
Yeah.
His music since like before Section 80, you know, like his early albums all the way down to like Damn.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like the dude goes hard. He has like flow. He has different kinds of flows.
Yeah.
He has like his production is really cool. I love the fact that he incorporates jazz into his music.
That's true.
That's really cool. And then like classic stuff, honestly. Stuff from like the 60s and the 70s, like Pink Floyd.
Oh, Pink
People
Floyd.
don't listen to Camel. People should listen to Camel. It's
Okay.
like it's like this psychedelic rock band from like a very long time ago.
You know what's crazy?
They-
How much
they
like
go- they're
there's
pretty sick.
people right now like they're gonna listen to all these like what you think about music. A lot of people are gonna agree with you, Kendrick, and everyone else will be like, "Ugh, this guy's like into like he's all hipster or whatever."
like all conscious rap
Yeah.
and whatever.
Nah,
but I mean, there's a reason it's popular.
exactly.
It's popular because it's good.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that doesn't apply to everything. There's a lot of things that are popular just because they're popular.
100%.
Yeah.
And that goes back to like when we were talking about like the Kanye, like the entire like some people need to just stop making music.
Yeah.
That's the entire thing I talked about. Like people like making their music become more of a brand of themselves instead
Exactly. Yeah. That's what you know. What that's what pisses me off about Drake.
of like.
I don't know.
Well, hold on.
I don't know if
let's
I'm
let
allowed to
everyone
say
know,
this.
because that's my want to cut this off.
Listen,
But go ahead.
I don't know if I'm allowed to say
I'm
this.
keep it though.
Not okay. The thing is, the only thing that bothers me is
Okay.
that like music is you're supposed to be expressing yourself. When you drop something and you call it a playlist, it's not even an album, it's just a bunch of random songs that you throw together.
Yeah.
Call it a playlist, and everyone is like, "Wow, oh my God, look what he dropped! He dropped the playlist so far." But it's not even a cohesive piece of work. It's just a bunch of average songs thrown together.
Yeah.
At this point, people like Drake is more of a brand
I've
than
been
he is a
saying that,
musician
man.
at this point. You know,
I've been saying, bro. We had this conversation before.
like you think about him. Do you think about his like whatever his last album was, or do you think about like
Drake.
OVO?
Yeah.
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 Like, you know what I mean?
100%.
Toronto, whatever, the six. Like, you
Yeah.
know,
Damn.
music is being commercialized.
Yeah.
Here.
Anyways, I mean, the music industry is like a huge thing we could just talk about for days and days. How much? Remember you were trying to tell. You never told me the story. I think like the camps.
The Camp Pendleton story.
Yeah. What's that?
The story is pretty deep. Honestly, it's probably one of the scariest things I've ever experienced.
Oh God.
I can get right into. This is so my cousin Amin,
Okay.
our boy. What he did. We were deep in ocean, or we were in OC. We were driving down to San Diego.
Okay.
It was like 2 a.m, right?
Okay. What were you guys? Okay. Whatever.
We were. I don't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
We were just
It's fine.
whatever. And then and then like on the way back, he's like, "Oh, we're driving through Oceanside. Listen, I bought a motorcycle here a few days ago, and I left my car. So like, he's like, do you want to take me back to do you want to take me to where I left my car? Because I bought the motorcycle, I left my car, and I drove the motorcycle. I'm like, oh yeah, for sure,
Okay.
no worries. So we take like we take the exit, and then we're driving like 7-8 miles off the exit into just like nowhere, like straight up. Like Oceanside has a lot of like army, military, whatever presence. Like Camp Pendleton is right there.
Yeah.
So we drove. Apparently, the bike that he bought was like off of like some military dude that was living in like the military housing.
Okay.
Which is like deep in the middle of nowhere.
Damn.
Right. So we're just like driving. I'm just like driving.
Okay.
And I drop him off, and there's like no signal. We got no Wi-Fi, no data, no
Service.
like no cellular, no like not even GPS. Like my GPS wouldn't work.
Oh.
It was pretty scary. So
This
I'm
is at 2 a.m.
Yeah, this is at like 2 a.m. I was like, all right, bro, like, listen, I'm gonna drop you off. Here, start your car. There's this gas station right across the street. I'm gonna go fill gas. Meet me there. I need to follow you because I don't know how to get out of here.
Okay.
And he's like, for sure. So I'm going and I'm filling gas and I'm sitting there and like a couple minutes pass. I'm like, whatever. He's probably warming up his car because he was driving like that Hoopty Ford thing.
Okay.
That thing was a piece. But like, yeah. So like, I'm sitting there. I'm filling gas. A couple minutes pass. Couple more minutes pass. Couple more minutes pass. And I'm just like, well, where is this fool? I tried calling him. It doesn't work. So like, whatever. I like tried to drive back to that neighborhood.
Okay.
I kind of got lost. I didn't know where he was. I didn't have any GPS. I'm like, okay, this guy left me. He's gone. I'm just gonna have to figure out my way back to the freeway. And and all of my knowledge of California was completely useless because I had no idea where I was.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm just out here. So I'm just like driving. It's really late. I'm trying to just like kind of backtrack. I don't know. And it's like super dark. Like you just see kind of random warehouses on the side of the road. At one point, like trying to drive, like some road ended, turned into a dirt road. And I'm just like, this is how I die. This is not where I came from. I'm not. U-turn, drive. And I'm just driving. I'm driving. And at one point, I'm just going down this pitch black street,
Okay.
And I'm just like, man, maybe the street's going to take me to the freeway or something. Let's just see where it goes. Like,
Oh my God,
still nothing
Dude,
going on.
Oh my God.
Pitch black. I'm driving. Suddenly, it's like daylight. Bro, these lights turn on all across the street, like these spotlights, and they just like aim them at me. And like these like 4 army dudes like run up into the middle of the street, like, stop your vehicle. Where are you going? Stop. And this dude has like a shotgun, like aimed right at me. And I'm just like, whoa. Like, wait, what's going on? And like I stop and like this dude like opens the window. He's like, open the window. What are you doing here? Why are you driving here late at night? What do you think you're doing? What's your business? And I'm just like, dog, like I'm lost. I don't know what to do. And like literally, imagine I'm sitting in my car, my windows rolled down, and there's like a shotgun barrel inside my car.
Oh my God.
Pointed at me. And I'm just like, this is how I die. This is the end, bro. Like, what's going on?
Damn.
And he's just like pointing his gun at me. He's like, what are you doing? And I'm just like, dude, I swear I'm lost. There's no signal out here. I'm just trying to find the freeway, dude. And he's like, why are you driving around here like late at night? I'm like, dude, I swear I'm lost. Like my cousin, I don't know. He ditched me. And I'm just like talking. I'm just trying to survive out here.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, you can't be here. This is like a military base. I'm just like, oh. Yeah, that's not the plan. I didn't mean it. And he's like, all right, like, let me see your ID. Let me see. And the whole time, there's guns are aimed at me. There's like guns in front of the car aimed at me. And I'm just like,
damn.
I'm not trying to die right now. So I give him my ID. Like, I'm fumbling my wallet. Like my hands are shaking.
Yeah.
I give him my ID. He looks at it. He's like, all right, go make this U-turn and then we'll give you your ID back like on your way out. And I'm like, okay. And my car is stick. So like, I'm just making this U-turn. It's kind of on a hill. My legs were like shaking because I was so scared. So, I'm just trying to make this U-turn and it's like, like the car's like inching forward, like hella unsmooth on the clutch, and it's just like, yeah, it looked really dumb. I'm just like make my way into that U-turn. He gives me my ID back. I'm like, bro, how do I get back to this freeway? And he's like, yeah, just go whatever, do this and that. So I'm like, all right, for sure.
What does that mean?
Yeah, exactly. So at this point, I'm like leaving. I'm like, all right, I survived that encounter. Let me call him and see like what's going on with him. This fool just ditched me. So I call him and I get hit with the this number is no longer in service. And I was like,
no.
What? This dude just got deleted off the planet.
Yo.
He just got deleted. What are you talking about? No number no longer in service. And I'm just like, I'm freaking out. I called him like 20. Literally, I'm just like trying to call him. This is like after I drove a little bit, so there was like service.
Yeah.
So at that point, I'm like flying down the 5. I'm just like, dude, he's dead. Like, he's gone. What's going on? He's not answering. Like, where did his line go? It's not even like he's not answering. He's just canceled. I'm freaking out. I'm driving. I'm like flying to his apartment. I texted him like 100 times. I called him. I FaceTimed him. I called him on WhatsApp, bro. This still wasn't answering. And like, and he's like, I pull up. At this point, I'd been gone for like 40 minutes because, between being lost and driving around. I'm just, so I fly home basically. I pull up to his apartment. I'm like knocking on the door. I'm like, bro, hey, are you home? Is he home? And then like his roommate opens the door and he's like, what's going on, bro? And I'm like, where's Amin? And he's like, fool's like sleeping on the couch. I'm like,
oh my god.
I like run up to him, like, what's like, I'm holding him by his shoulders, like, what the hell is going on? Where have you been? Are you alive? And he's like, yeah, bro, like I got here like 20 minutes ago. What's your deal? And I'm like, what? Are you serious right now? Where did you go? And he's like, yeah, I left. I'm like, where's your phone? What? How are you not dead right now? And he's like, he like looks at his phone. He's like, oh, I think my dad forgot to pay the phone bill, so they just like canceled my line for a day.
Oh my god!
And I'm just like, bro, I just been out here fearing for your life for like the past hour. Like, yeah. Moral of the story is, don't find yourself accidentally in like a military base. You're probably gonna have guns pointed at you. It's really scary.
Yeah, especially at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m.
At 2 a.m., 3 a.m., pitch black. Suddenly you're blinded by lights. Gun barrels saying hi to you. Yeah, it's just,
damn it. And like, I bet you like Amin was just like confused.
Dude, that fool was confused. I literally rolled up like a crazy person. Like, where are you? Where have you been? Are you alive?
Damn.
Yeah. It was a pretty horrifying night. Honestly, I still think about it sometimes.
Damn. That's actually very scary. Bro, what's going on here, man? Every time I bring someone up on the podcast, tell me about like them getting a gun or they're about to be dying or something.
We're just living really exciting lives out here.
I mean, I'm out here just trying to like get someone like we talk about like, hey, how's life? Whatever, and like, oh yeah, I could have died. I'm like, okay.
I mean, besides that, it's been drinking coffee.
Oh yes, we just had
drinking coffee, making coffee.
Dude, okay.
Whatever.
You know how like we're both like Arab, Muslim,
yeah,
Americans, right?
Yeah.
Like
I'm honestly happy I don't look too Arab.
So what do you mean? So like you could like pass in the...
Yeah. I mean like no. I'm not happy about that. Not like that.
Bro, I hate... Don't you hear when people like assume that you're white?
Honestly, it used to happen more than it does.
It used to happen more than... So it doesn't happen that often.
Yeah. Like people used to like think I'm white. People used to think I'm Russian. I don't know why. I don't know if I have like some kind of accent. I don't know, man. But like recently, people have actually been calling me out like, yo, are you Arab? Like, people I don't know.
Okay.
Which, like, lately, I don't know why, I guess. Maybe because my beard's a little...
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. The thing is, like, for me, it's like my name's Ahmed. So if I'm like, hey, my name's Ahmed, or I say Amer, like, it's gonna be, all right, this guy's not,
Yeah.
But you're like, oh, my name's Mohammed, like, Mohammed. Yeah. Like, it's like, come on, if you can't pick this up, like, what's happening here, bro?
Yeah.
But that's crazy. I don't know, bro. Like, it's crazy. You can notice, like, when I'm talking about, like, you can notice, like, the little Arab influence of things. Like, you're like... Or like the extra being worried about whatever. Like if
exactly,
because like I'm thinking about like little things. Like I'm out with my friends, whatever, and like my mom starts calling me, whatever. It's like it's it's like something's huge happened, but in reality, they're just like we're just really worried for each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not that big of a deal, but it's like it's kind of as big of a deal.
Yeah. It sneaks its way into the English.
Yeah. It's
or
like
even smaller things. You know, I'd be at work. I'd be like, "Hey, yalla, let's go." They'll be like, "Huh? What are you talking about?" Like, yalla. I mean, yo, let's go. And they're like, "What are you saying?" And don't worry about it.
Or sometimes I'm throwing like khalas, like khalas. It's like nah, it's like that's it. It's like nah.
It sneaks its way into the language.
Yeah.
Even there's some things in English or Arabic. I just think of them in like like cereal halib.
Cereal halib.
Yeah, you don't say like. I feel like growing up, I never ever said cereal and milk.
We say
Or like cornflake.
They say cornflakes, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Like I just my whole life growing up, like I'm trying to get some cereal halib. That's like.
Anyways, man. Hey, Hamudi, we're reaching the end of this podcast. All right.
For sure.
And you've been, this is a new thing where every time I bring someone up, you drop a dime, right? So drop this was very inspirational, very amazing, Hamudi. So shout out.
Thank you. I'm just here for the people,
and supported the arts as always,
Thank you.
So give us your 10 cents, man. Your dime.
My dime.
Yes.
Well, you have to find something that you like to do, and you have to do it. It's very easy to get caught up in your life, in work, and be all work and no play.
Yeah.
But I mean, for example, look at Amer. You got to find something that you like to do, you enjoy doing. Amer talks a lot. Fool doesn't stop talking.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. So he found, what if I recorded? What if I started a podcast? I'm doing something that I enjoy and putting it out there. You're not necessarily making money or making a lot of money or doing it for like any particular reason besides for yourself. You have fun doing it. The same way I make music. Shout out. I played for The Bakery. Catch us on Spotify. That's the music.
That's the music that's been playing, yeah.
I currently play for Stay for the Fireworks. We got a new album coming soon. Also find us on Spotify.
All right, got it. We'll put
Quick
that out
plug.
there.
But the idea that I make music, I don't really do it to get famous. I don't do it to make money. I'm more doing it because it's something that I do for myself. I enjoy, And basically my 10 cents are, you got to find something throughout your life. You got to find something that you enjoy. You got to take some time for yourself and find ways when, something that can revitalize you, something that, you could really put your creative efforts into. And if you don't have a lot of people are like, yeah, I'm just not that creative. It doesn't have to be something creative. It just has to be something that you enjoy. But definitely down the line, it's very easy for you to look back and realize, man, I've just been working and working and working for this past however much time. And I took no time for myself to do something that I enjoy. So always make time for yourself.
100%.
It's good for you. It's good 100%. For your mental health. It's good for your physical health.
Damn.
Yeah. Do that.
Damn. All right. Yeah. Well, that was Hamudi's dime. So I hope everyone takes that. And Hamudi, thanks so much
thank you for having me,
dude. Thank you for always supporting me, man.
Habibi, honestly, I've been a fan since day one. I'm the supporter of the arts.
Supporter of the arts right here. I think I might even call this supporter of the arts. I'm gonna call it supporter of the arts with Hamudi, and they're gonna be like, wait, what's that? And I'm just gonna listen to it.
And then you'll find out. You listen to the podcast, find out who the supporter of the arts is. Right, how does he support the arts?
Thank you so much, man. And I'm gonna end it with your music. And again, guys, check out 10 Cent Podcast. We have it on Spotify, Apple Music. But if you're listening to this, you're already either on Spotify or Apple Music, so I don't know why I said that. But just check us out on Instagram and everything. And peace.